All right, today we're gonna be cooking Thai-style beef with basil from The Wok, written by famous chef Kenji López-Alt. So with that being said, let's hop into it.
So to get started, you're gonna take 6 medium garlic cloves and we're gonna thinly slice this. And in the same fashion, take 1 medium shallot and we're also looking for a thin slice. Now you're going to need either red or green Thai chilies, and the recipe calls for between 1 and 5, but the amount you use is really gonna depend on the heat you wanna see in this dish. As you can see, I went with 2 and the dish was moderately spicy, and we're looking for a fine dice on these, and then you're gonna set them aside for later. Now you're gonna need a mortar and pestle, and to this, we're gonna add half of our garlic, shallots, and chili from earlier, as well as 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar, and we're gonna grind this until it's well incorporated in a paste. Then add 1 tablespoon fish sauce and 2 teaspoons soy sauce and mix together. For the beef, I'm taking a pound of skirt steak and we're looking to get 1/4 inch strips, and then we're gonna add the beef into a bowl, cover with water, and the recipe calls for us to vigorously agitate the beef. So I'm doing this by moving it around and squeezing it with my hands. Then we'll strain it through a mesh strainer and attempt to get the excess moisture out by pushing down on the steak. Then we're gonna take a half teaspoon of baking soda and cover the beef in that, and for 30 to 60 seconds, we're gonna squeeze the beef, trying to get that baking soda all over. Then you'll add a combination of 1 teaspoon sugar, half teaspoon kosher salt, 1 teaspoon soy sauce, and 2 teaspoons fish sauce, and you're gonna work this marinade into the beef for another 30 to 60 seconds. Now optionally, you can choose to make some fried shallots, so I'm taking 2 shallots and thinly slicing on a mandoline. Then we're gonna add in a half cup of vegetable oil and place the shallots directly into the cold oil, swirl around and turn to medium heat. You're gonna cook these for about 10 to 12 minutes while ensuring to stir constantly so that none of the shallots burn. Now once they're a nice golden color, you're going to immediately drain through a fine mesh strainer and then transfer to a paper towel lined tray, spread out and pat dry. While still warm, we're going to season generously with some salt, and then we're going to let sit for at least 30 minutes prior to using on the dish or storing them. Now if you keep them in an airtight container, they can actually stay good for up to 3 months. Now you're gonna take a wok, and over high heat, I'm adding a little bit of a neutral oil, so peanut oil here, and then we're gonna take half of our beef from earlier and we're gonna put it in the wok and cook this for about a minute until we get some browning, at which point we're gonna flip over and cook for another minute or so. And once this is completed, we're gonna put this beef on a plate and then cook the other half. Once finished, you're gonna add all the beef back into the wok, as well as the remaining shallots, garlic, chili, and a couple chopped lime leaves, and you're gonna cook this for a minute, constantly stirring until everything becomes fragrant. Then we're gonna take all of the sauce that we made earlier, add it into the wok, and in the same fashion, we're gonna constantly stir and toss until most of the moisture and liquid has been reduced. Now for a little extra flavor, I'm adding a touch more fish sauce and soy sauce, and same thing, just going to be tossing until that moisture has been taken up. Final steps include adding 2 ounces of basil, a couple shakes of red pepper flake for extra heat, and stir and toss until the basil is wilted, and then your beef is complete. For plating, I'm making a bed of rice, adding a couple spoonfuls of our beef, and then I'm going to top with some white sesame seeds, fried shallots, and finally a couple strands of green onion. If you guys like the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.